everybody. I hope you all had a great Memorial Day weekend, and I'm going to start this video by reviewing from last Tuesday's video. A person's facial expression can give us clues on how a person is feeling. So remember when we said if somebody's smiling, then they're probably happy. If they're frowning, then they're probably sad. So that's one way that a person's facial expressions can help us know how they are feeling. Also, every person has their own personal special place where they feel safe, warm, and secure. That is called your safe place. Now let's look and discuss some examples of events that make us feel safe, unsafe, and uncertain. Petting or holding a dog and holding a baby are usually activities that make us feel safe and secure. Flying in an airplane or rock climbing might be some activities that make you feel unsafe or uncertain. Riding a roller coaster or petting a tarantula are things that might be exciting or might make you feel uncertain. Now in today's video, we are going to talk about the people in our life and how we can trust those people, or maybe we can't trust them. The first thing that we're going to do is establish our safe zone. So what you're going to do is stand up, and then you're going to hold your arms out, and you're going to make a full circle, and that is your safe zone. That means that you can only let certain people into your safe zone, and we're going to talk about that right now. Here is a picture of somebody who is in a personal relationship. And you can tell that because they are giving each other a close hug, or she's on his back. So very close touching and intimate contact is only for a sweetheart or a spouse, a boyfriend or girlfriend. Now we have a loving relationship with a family member or friends. It's important to know the difference between family and friends. So some families might include a spouse or partner, parents, siblings, step-parents and siblings, foster parents and siblings, as well as extended families like aunts, uncles, grandparents, cousins, etc. A family can be as small as 2 people, or it can range to having many extended family members. Friends, on the other hand, are people with whom you share common bonds, similar interests, and social values. It's important to know how to decide how close to let friends or family into your personal space. One way you can decide is if it's somebody who's really close to you, like your mom or your dad, or if it's your best friend since you were little. You can probably let them into your personal space a little closer than somebody who you haven't seen in a couple of years, or extended family that might live far away. Next is a relationship with a personal support helper, and these are people who are paid to be with you. The role of the personal support helper is vital for you to be an active member in the community. So you'll want to stand about arm's length away from them because you don't want them all up in your personal space. 2 examples of a personal support helper would be your teacher or maybe your job coach that you work with. Next is a relationship with a community helper. A community helper plays a specific role for the general public, and the relationship does not go beyond that role. So for example, in the picture, there is a fireman, and after he fights the fire or whatever emergency there is, There's really no relationship after that. Community helpers are there to serve the general public. They are usually there to provide assistance, but from a greater physical distance. So with community helpers, you want to stand about arm's length away. Now, what about strangers? From a young age and for your protection, you were probably told not to talk to strangers. However, not all strangers are bad, and strangers may eventually become friends. Strangers are all of those people that we don't have a familiar or existing relationship with. We may recognize someone who maybe we see on the bus or see at school, but we don't have a relationship with them. Strangers can also be what's called Good Samaritans, who can provide assistance when in times of need. And this is an example of this. If someone is lost, or if you're lost and you need directions or help, you are probably going to have to rely on a stranger to help you figure that out. And while in a crowded space, strangers need to respect your personal space by not intentionally touching you or your things. When it comes to strangers, you'll want to stand far away. Now we're going to do an activity where we write down everybody who is in our lives. You might remember this activity from class, so this should be something that's pretty familiar with you. Let's get started. You're going to want a piece of paper and a pencil for this activity. First, write the word family on your piece of paper and put a line underneath. You're going to write down all of the names of the people in your family, and if any of them live in the same house as you, you're going to put a plus sign next to it. Next, you're going to write the word friends and put a line under it. Write down all of your friends and put a plus sign next to your boyfriend or girlfriend if you have one. Now you will write at the top personal support helpers and draw a line underneath that. Think about people who are paid to be with you or to be around you and see you. Write down the names of your personal support helpers. Lastly, you will write community helpers and draw a line underneath. Think about people in the community that help you. Usually you can think about people who have on a uniform or a name tag or ID card. Some examples are a police officer, a bus driver, a doctor, things like that. If you need to take a quick break, go ahead and do that before you start this next activity. First, we're going to draw a small circle in the middle, and you're going to put your name or the word me, because you are the most important person in your life. Using the list that you just made, you are going to draw another circle around the one you already drew, and you're going to put people in your family inside the circle. You don't have to put everybody that you put on your list, just a few. Now you're going to draw another circle, and this is where you're going to put your friends' names or your boyfriend or girlfriend's name. The next circle is where you're going to put the names of your personal support helpers. Remember, these are the people who are paid to be with you. The next circle is going to be for your community helpers. Make sure you're looking at the sheet that we just filled out to get the people that you need to put in this circle. And your last circle is the easiest. This is your stranger circle. So you're just going to write the word stranger. And now you're finished. It doesn't have to be all nice and neat, as long as you understand that you are the most important person in your life. And as the circle gets bigger, you need to distance yourself further away from them and only let certain people you trust into your personal space. In a moment, I'm going to ask a question that begins with, who is it okay to blank? And I'll fill it in. Then you look at the options on the screen and point to the answer that you think is correct. Some of the answers will vary, and you may choose more than one person to answer some of the questions. Make sure to play along. Here we go. Who is it okay to give a close hug? A stranger, a boyfriend or girlfriend, or your mom or dad? I hope you chose a boyfriend or girlfriend or your mom or dad. You definitely don't want to give a hug to a stranger. Who is it okay to give a kiss on the mouth? Is it a family member, a police officer, or a boyfriend or girlfriend? I hope you chose a boyfriend or girlfriend because that's the correct answer. Who is it okay to put your arm around? Is it a fireman, a stranger, or a friend? The only one you should have chosen is a friend because you're not close enough to a fireman or a stranger to put your arm around them. Who is it okay to hold hands with? Is it your mom or dad, a boyfriend or girlfriend, or a teacher? It is okay to hold hands with your mom or dad or a boyfriend or girlfriend, but not your teacher. Who is it okay to greet by waving and saying hi? Is it a stranger, a policeman, or a friend? For this one, you could have put a policeman or a friend, but definitely not a stranger. Great job. Now, on Thursday, we're going to continue talking about this topic. We will review this and we will do a fun activity. And that is the end of the lesson. You guys did an awesome job, and I want you to be on the lookout for Thursday's video. See you on Thursday.